Even with all the buildings along the Las Vegas Strip and all the action here, this is one of the city's biggest attractions. Allegiant Stadium opened back in 2020.
Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Las Vegas Raiders. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13.
He will return this.
And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And the Raiders pick it up. And fantastic field position has them just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line in the red zone. It's hard enough to play on the road in this league as it is, but to start on the road with a fumble on the opening kickoff, just not the precedent you obviously want to set.
Not at all, and now it's just words because they've talked about it all week. From the time they start game planning for this one, remember, going into hostile territory, we have to set the tone right in the beginning, and they do the exact opposite.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
It'd be hard to say that the defense wouldn't be ready for a first down run. And when you can gain that kind of yardage against a defense that's really kind of geared to stop that play, your confidence has to rise, and now you've actually opened up your playbook. If you want to throw the ball now for play action, you're good to go.
2nd and 6 with the ball on the 7.
They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They don't want to waste this outstanding field position on this opening drive as they come up on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Carr. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
The kick by Carlson is good.
So the big return had him fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a first down.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line. It'll be Joe Mixon, born in nearby Oakley, California. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 10 yards there on a Bengal first. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
I'm on, right? 11.
Mixon with a first down carry. Room here to run.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
40 yards on the ground for him so far.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Once again, they run with Mixon. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Joe Mixon, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that makes it a 7-3 lead.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And the stakes in this game certainly high as we get toward the end of the regular season. For now, they are holding a wild card spot, but there are no shortage of other teams in the NFC looking to take that spot from them.
Starting with the guys on the other side of the field because they're on the outside looking in, and no one likes to be in that position. You want to be in the room, not looking inside to see everyone else having fun.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. To throw, it's Carr.
Swings this out here for Cohen.
That one a first down pickup of 8.
The Raiders at 7-5 now in the year. They were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
This defense for the Bengals, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground. Oh, a lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone stretcher here because they started the tight end on the left side of the formation and sent him on a crossing route. And this works really well when you can find that space between levels, and they were able to do so for good yardage.
First down, a run with Cohen. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held him to no gain.
After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Now. 2nd and 10.
Now Carr. Dancing to his left. And he couldn't get rid of the football, trying to buy a little time, but he'll just tuck it and go down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
The competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
He'll look downfield for Waller.
This is caught inside the 15. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first.
It's a big play there for Vegas. 45 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10.
Here's Jacobs. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
As long as you've been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now is where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Carr now to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Colin Johnson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders have retaken the lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. They are back over the 500 mark for the year. A 3-game winning streak really coming at the exact right time, Charles, to get them back into playoff contention.
And it's always a question of when do you want your football team to peak? And everyone always talks about you want to be playing your best ball going into the playoffs, but sometimes you need your best ball before that time. And this team, going into this stretch of games, they are certainly playing their best football of the year.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And some room to maneuver. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 108 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 43. Mixing up the middle. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 11 more yards that go around. A 1st down as well. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he'll get 2 or 3 out of that one, as that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Max Crosby, the one who got in there for the stop. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. It's Mixon on the counter. They have 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On 3rd down, Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. From the gun to give to Mixon. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's a give to Mixon, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes a defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half.
All right, ready?
third down, Burrow. And oh no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up fourth down. McPherson's kick is good, and that will knot us up at 10. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
Taken at the 15, a short kick.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And they've got a little over 40 seconds to work with if they want to try to put something together.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play. I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
You're mine.
They'll try to run for it with Cohen. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. First and 10 at the 45-yard line. On play action, now Carr. And he'll look downfield for Waller. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here.
They gave it a shot with a deep pass, but it wasn't going to work there. And now there's less time for them to try and get 3 before the half. Let's see what they dial up on this next snap.
6:37.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Carr. He'll look downfield for Waller. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
So we have reached halftime here in a good one. 10-10 is our score. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Carr going to throw.
He'll drop this one down to Cohen.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff to Cohen running left side.
And taken down just shy of the 40.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
From the 39, Carr.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Trey Flowers picks it.
And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football.
Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, it's Burrow.
Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball. And we see yet another errant throw as a result.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A handoff to Mixon. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This from 54 yards away.
McPherson's kick is good.
And they will take the lead at 13-10.
Whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. They try again with Cohen.
And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple.
Now they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
A give to Cohen. He heads right. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Meanwhile, Carr's throw complete here to Waller.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 34-yard line. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Cohen running right.
And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
We'll call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out.
Cohen gets it again on 2nd.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Seems pretty obvious defensively. A key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
They'd love to get a little closer if they need to kick the field goal on 4th down. From this spot, it's 46 yards. From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And he is going to have the Raiders' first down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
On the handoff, it's Cohen. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Touchdown, Raiders! A.J. Green, a 20-yard touchdown.
And the Raiders have taken a fourth-quarter lead.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Here we go, here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left them no space to try and run. Really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. Throw.
He'll drop this one down to Mixon.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
Come on, ready? 11 empty.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They all go buy them dinner. But after a play like that, he might reduce it, might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or two, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so what we're saying then is we're going petite filet instead of porterhouse.
8 ounce. 8 ounce is good.
All right, just check.
Burrow bats it forward. It's a jet sweep.
And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Now Joe Burrow on 3rd and long. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Here we go.
Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. On the give, this is Cohen.
42 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of the drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable second down.
So they come up on second down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing.
93. 93.
Again, it's Cohen. And some room to work. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
Well, this, of course, set up by the stop a moment ago on fourth down, and now that might be the score that puts this one officially out of reach.
And it's a tough one because your hands are tied when you're losing in the fourth quarter because you know you've got to make something happen. They couldn't pick up the first down, and after that, the air just went right out of the balloon, and you knew you were looking at a defeated team.
As the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this. And he loses the football a second time. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Second time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, Charles, you remember their last drive. They went for it on fourth down, didn't get it, but you understand why they did in this close game late. Now, though, the road back is even tougher.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And it was fair to look back and say the fourth down was a moment where this one was decided. But as you mentioned, understandable about why they went for it. But, hey, a lot of credit to the guys on the defensive side of the ball. They knew they'd have to defend in that situation, and they got it done.
Here we go.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. He's airing it out for Williams. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Here's Burrow. He's going to go up top again. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown, but probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. So the onside kick will come with 17 seconds to play. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Trailing in the fourth, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. Here's a give running left. It's Cohen. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the fourth quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.
So for Las Vegas, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-5. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions.